Hey, friends. I forgot I was going to go live on Instagram, so I'm going to real quick pull that up over here. But hello, happy Monday to everyone. I'm here with Kayla, and we've got snow here in Wyoming. I know that you've got sunshine and wind over there, but man, we've got snow here, which is just crazy. But for those of you that don't know me, my name is Tamika, and I teach stay-at-home moms how to win in life one healthy habit at a time. And I've got Kayla here with me. Kayla, tell everyone about you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kayla, and I love doing these. What is that? Oh,
My Instagram.
oh, um, wow, way to distract me, Tamika. I love that I get on here and do these with her. Sometimes I'm like, okay, not really great at this, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I love being able just to, bring something to the table. Not sure exactly what I'm doing here, like every day, but I know I like to show up, bring positivity, smiles, laughs. So, yeah, we're gonna bring you something today.
I love it. And today we're going to talk about habits. I can't remember what I titled this, but I mean, we all have habits, good habits, bad habits, and today we want to teach you a method as far as how to change maybe some of your bad habits into better habits. Okay. Benjamin Franklin said your net worth to the world is usually determined by what remains after your bad habits are subtracted from your good ones. And so, when you think about, your good habits, your bad habits, what your net worth to the world is going to be is your bad habits taken away from your good ones and what's left. And so we want to make sure that we are setting ourselves up for success and having good habits. So as you hop on, make sure that you say hello, tell us where you're watching from, smash that heart button. Okay, show us some love. Like Kayla said, we don't really prep for these too much. We just kind of have an idea and we run with it. And I do have my book here, which kind of gave me the idea as far as what I wanted to talk about today. It's The Power of One More by Ed Mylett. And chapter 12 just talks about your habits and how important those are. So, how do habits even first get started? Let's start with that. Obviously, when you're a baby, all you need to do is eat and sleep
Right.
and cry and poop, right? And
Yep.
and then, as you get older, then, you start to learn walking and feeding yourself. And then as you get even older, you get potty trained, you start getting yourself dressed,
Brushing your
tying your
teeth.
shoes, brushing your
Yep.
teeth, all those things, right? Until finally you're an adult. And now you're not only caring for yourself, but you're caring for other people. And ultimately, if we didn't have habits, we would literally go crazy. Okay, like if our brain couldn't if our brain just couldn't manually do things and us perform out of habit, then
Right.
we would be very unproductive and life. I can't even imagine life. So our brain is specifically designed to take things that we do on a regular basis and turn them into habit so that way we don't have to think about it anymore, right?
Oh, I feel like I'm like listening. I'm like, yeah, no, you're right. Because for me, I'm like, oh, not so good at like habit stacking the good ones. You know what I mean? Like I can easily scroll on social media, um, and just I don't know, just do things mindlessly that I'm not supposed to be doing. But if I was like thinking about it, I could be making better choices. And yeah, I just feel a little attacked, but it's okay. I think this is good. This is good.
Yes. Okay, so as you guys are listening, we want to know what some of your habits are, whether they're good or
Yeah.
whether they're bad. And so let me just share a couple of my bad habits. After I get done eating anything healthy, I always want to top it off with something sweet, whether it's like Gushers or like a piece of chocolate or something sour, something sweet. Like every time I get done eating a
I
meal,
wonder why though. I
I need
wonder like,
a snack. And it's
yeah.
just ate. Why do I need to have a snack on top of it?
Yeah, no, I totally feel that. And I'm sure so many people can because that is one of my worst. Mine's more after dinner, but it is bad. So bad.
Let's see. Bad habit that I used to have was hitting the snooze on my alarm. So when I was working full time, I would purposefully wake up, like set my alarm like 30 minutes earlier. So that way I could snooze it 3 times before I actually had to get out of bed. That was a bad habit I used to have. I don't have it anymore.
That's so good. I'm getting a lot better. My husband, he's like transformed, I feel. He used to like have about 30 alarms every minute probably. So we're down to like 2, so that's good. For myself, I am at 1, but I need to move my phone further away from me because it still is kind of like easy for me just to and wake up later. So I definitely I just see right here, I just realized that I need to move it across the room.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna talk about some of the things that are in this book a little bit. But yeah, like if you have your, your tips and things, then I definitely want you to be able to share. And so we're gonna talk about how to change basically your bad habits into good. And then you mentioned habit stacking. I didn't even think
Mhm.
about that, but we should definitely talk about habit stacking as well. So do you want to maybe start with that? Like what is habit stacking?
Okay, I don't know like the correct definition, so correct me if I'm wrong, but to me and from what I've learned, habit stacking is okay, so like we'll just use brushing your teeth. You wet your toothbrush, your next step naturally would be to put toothpaste on it or however you do that. Um, that's stuff that you probably naturally do habit stacking. Now, say you want to do like, I don't know, washing your dishes or like tidying up more, I don't know, do you see what I'm trying to like explain here? But I'm having trouble explaining it.
So whatever like you naturally are doing on a regular basis, like you can add something on top of it, So like if we go back to like brushing your teeth or something. So like you're going to be brushing your teeth in the morning and at night hopefully, right? And like let's say that you want to like I don't know, a lot of people will habit stack their affirmations while they're brushing their teeth, right? And so you're already there, you already have a habit of brushing your teeth. And so now, what are like 5 affirmations that you can say while you're brushing your teeth? Or like if you're washing your dishes,
Just one habit leads into the next. Like,
Mhm.
it could just be a good like instead of like a bad roller coaster, like and you're just everywhere, like it's stacking to something to help you have a productive day.
Exactly. And so one thing that I've done to habit stack is or well, and to kind of shift. And so we can kind of talk about both of them at the same time, but I know I need to drink more water. And
Mm.
so I always go into my family living room in the morning and I read my book. And so what I've started doing most of the time is during my bedtime routine, I'll fill up a glass of water and I'll put it on my table in that living room. And I like my water room temperature, so this works really well for me. And so I put it there in the living room. And then when I wake up in the morning and I go to do my reading, then I'm drinking an extra glass of water where otherwise I wasn't. So I'm like habit stacking, like drinking water at a time where I already have a good habit of doing my reading in the morning. So that's one example that I've done there. So you can, if you've got good habits or you've got like just a routine that you do on a daily basis,
Mhm.
but you want to incorporate something to better your life, then you want to do it at one of these times where it would fit in just
Yeah.
with ease.
That's what I was thinking too, was like routine. I was like, everything just kind of like connects together. There was this book that I was listening to. It was The 6 Habits to Growth. I believe you listened to that one too. And he was like, something that I do is every time he walks in, it's like the doorway habit or
Oh,
something like
yeah.
that. He
Mhm.
walks in the doorway and he immediately tells himself, okay, I need to walk in here my best happy self and be present, and that's just something he's done that has helped him be successful, is he sees the doorway and he changes his mindset. And yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes, I love that. So whether you're walking into your house, whether you're walking into a meeting, whether you're walking into your bedroom with your spouse, and he had like, what was it, like 3 or 5 affirmations that he said,
Sure.
in his head or out loud every time he walked through a doorway. And what a great habit stack that is to make you a better person and to make sure that you're in the right mindset for those things. I'm so
Yep.
glad you remember that because I remember reading that and I was like, I need to do that. And I haven't yet. Why? Because I haven't made a change. A habit officially made
Right.
a shift. And so drop a 1 below if there's a habit where you know you need to break it, or you know you want to incorporate something and you haven't yet. So let's just go ahead and like kind of merge into that. So let's go back to brushing your teeth, because you were talking about this. And I'm curious, do you guys get your toothbrush wet and then put on the toothpaste, or do you do the toothpaste and then get your toothbrush wet? Which one do you do?
I wet my toothbrush first, then the toothpaste, and then I wet it again.
Do you do both? So I put the toothpaste on because I feel like it sticks better on a dry toothbrush. And then I put it under the water, okay? And I brush with my right hand. I always start down here and work my way to that side. And then I go up and I work my way around. And I go to the side and work my way around. And I have my way of brushing my teeth. And so if you want to change a habit, okay, and I'm going to double dog dare everybody to do this next time you go brush your teeth, or go brush your teeth after you get done watching this live video, do it different. Okay, so maybe I wet my toothbrush first, and then I put my toothpaste on, and then maybe I start on this side over here, or maybe I use my left hand and well, that wouldn't be very effective. I'd probably hurt myself. But if you want to change a bad habit, and not saying that the way you brush your teeth is bad, but if you want to change a bad habit, the first thing you have to do is you have to change the trigger. Like you have to change something about it. So let's say that you're having a hard time snoozing, or you're snoozing in the morning and you need to change something. So what's your regular routine? Maybe your phone is just sitting right next to you. Maybe it's face up, so that way as soon as it goes off, you just know exactly where the snooze button and you can hit it, right? So what would be a different setup that you could do that would help break that routine and create something else? Like you said, move your phone further away.
Yep. And I even thought, because that's kind of always my issue, why I go back to kind of pushing snooze, because I always end up just my phone finds its way back right next to my bed. So like I said, I could move it across the room, or I could even just put it in the bathroom. But then I'm like, oh, what if I don't hear it? I have an actual alarm clock that I can use. We used to use those, and I'm sure that's just as efficient. So actually that even probably sounds like a better idea, is using an actual alarm clock, and then I don't even have to think about my phone when I first wake up.
Right. And I feel like most of the time people have their phone next to their bed because they were on it before they went to bed. So what if you changed your nighttime routine, to be a little bit different? Then that could also help your morning routine. You could even just change the alarm clock sound. So I know for me, I have I have different beeps for different things, but when I wake up in the morning, the song that goes off is "I Believe That We Will Win." And so it scares me to death, because it starts out, do you know what's bigger than fear, or whatever, and it's I believe that we will. So I let it go off, and I start chanting in my head, I believe that I will win. And I'll say that as I'm about to start my day. And then the other thing that's really helped, and this goes along with habit stacking, is when my alarm goes off and I turn it off, and I'm jazzed and I'm pumped and I'm thinking about how I'm going to win the day. Then before I even open my eyes, after I've turned off my alarm clock, I just think to myself 10 things that I'm grateful for. And I imagine them, I envision them, whether it's things I'm going to be grateful for that are happening that day, things I was grateful for that happened, the day before, or in the future, or in the past, or anything. I just think of 10 things that I'm grateful for. And then when I get to the last one, then I get out of bed. And I just feel so pumped, and I feel happy, and I feel excited. And that has helped me not push the snooze button. And then of course I've got my day planned where it's okay, I'm going to do my workout. I got to wake the kids up. I got to do this. I got to do that, so I want to get a start on my day. And so those are some ways that I've helped break my bad habit and habit stack some extra good ones on top.
That's good. See, and I have a hard time just keeping myself my momentum going. So for me, my alarm goes off, and I probably go to the bathroom. I go upstairs, I do my meds. So right away I'm getting my water and stuff. But then after my first few things in the morning, I tend to just let myself almost get stuck in my thoughts, almost you're standing there or sitting there, and then by the time 30 minutes has passed by, I hope I'm not the only one that does this, but this is just how it works. So that is something that I just I don't know if I need more alarms because I did used to do that. You know what I mean? Like have alarms for everything. So it kind of like triggered my brain the sound to like just do the next thing. But yeah, it's just I really like how you explained, how your habits and routine and everything, it just goes together. So this is helpful for me too.
Okay. Well, and I mean, we all definitely have different personalities, and I have to choose to be productive during the morning and afternoon while my kids are at school, because then when they get home, it's like piano lessons, soccer
Right.
practice,
Yep.
baseball's just starting. I have roller derby, so our evenings are just like booked and jam packed. And so, I have developed a disciplined habit of, I wake up at 5. I work out till 6. I do my personal development, shower, get ready at 7. The kids get out of bed. Then from 8 to 9, I do have a little bit of free time where I can have breakfast, or I can scroll my phone, or I can pick up the house, or do laundry, or do whatever I need to do around
Right.
the house. And then it's like power hour, 9 to 10, live video from 10 to 11. And I've got another training from 12 to 1. And, then there's lunch in there. And so, as you stick with a routine, and as you like are disciplined with it, whether you need to put alarms like at the very beginning till you're just like on a schedule, like there's nothing wrong with that. And then like rewarding yourself. So the first thing that you guys need to do to break a bad habit is to change the way that you're doing it, so that way your brain has to think about it. Because if you get stuck scrolling, or if you get stuck hitting that snooze bar, like that's where you have to change the routine. You have to like brush your teeth with the wrong hand. You gotta wash your dishes with a different kind of cloth, or like in a different way, so that way your brain has to consciously think about it, and it can retrain it to do something else. Okay, so you got to change the trigger. That's step number 1. Step number 2 is taking action. Okay, so while you're in this heightened state of this is weird, even though it's something I'm used to doing, even like driving your car, do you normally drive like this? Maybe you try driving with one hand, and all of a sudden now you're paying attention to what you're doing because it just feels different. And so then you're going to have this heightened state of alertness where you are performing this new habit or this new task. And so it's going to do different things to your body, and then step number 3, it takes you into the prize. And the prize for completing something that's different, that's new, gives you a sense of accomplishment. It releases endorphins. It makes you feel proud of yourself. How many times do you wake up on the first alarm and you're like, I just crushed the day?
Yeah.
And really all you did is wake up. I tell my husband all the time, I'm like, I washed and put all of the clothes in the dryer and folded them and put them away in the same day. Like I deserve a prize,
Yes.
when you're doing something out of the ordinary, like you automatically feel that confidence, that accomplishment, the pride in completing it. And so it's almost like your body gives itself a natural reward. And so that's like the easiest and best method that you can use to take your bad habits and turn them into good ones, is changing the trigger, changing the way that you do things. So you have to think about it, taking the action, and then feeling the pride.
Yes, I love that. Such good tips. What was the name of that book?
The book is called The Power of One More
Okay.
by Ed Milet. And it's just kind of like the idea of, you can go one more rep. You can, change one more habit. You can contact one more person. You can exercise for one more minute, or you know what I mean? Like you can just go that one more, and that one extra thing is really going to be what sets you up for success in life, is when you learn to just do that one more. So I really, really like it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I wanted to read from it.
I don't see no comments, you guys. I almost forget we're live though sometimes. We're just here doing our thing.
I know, just chitty chatting. But yeah, so when it comes to habits, you guys, I think we all can change our habits when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to our mental health. That's really important. When it comes to exercising, what other, your relationships?
Yeah, relationships, when it comes to your money, anything, just all aspects of your life, honestly. And just one thing, because that's something I can do easily, is overwhelm myself with all the things. Just pick one thing. Like if you don't brush your teeth twice a day, okay, because sometimes I only brush them in the morning. I can start brushing them at night too and like doing it more and it'll become a habit, like gross, but truth. So,
Right. And if you're habit stacking that with something that you enjoy or like a reward that's like, hey, like when I brush my teeth, I get to look at myself in the mirror and give myself a high five and tell myself
right,
5 things I love about myself,
there
you
you
know,
go.
like you rewarding, yourself and giving yourself that personal time. And I even think like even in our relationships, how many times do we just are in habit with our relationships where it's like, oh, love you, when you get off the phone with your spouse, you're like, love you, bye, or, you see each other and like quick peck on the lips and
Right.
like, hey,
Yeah.
like, how are you? But like, what if like you went in hot today and you were like, no, come here,
Yep.
going to do to your spouse? What's that going to do to like your feelings and your emotion? Like when you have a different trigger response, or like instead of just saying I love you, like maybe you voice message it, or maybe you take a video and send it, and you just like
Right.
change that trigger, you take action, you're going to feel different in a good way. And so there are so many habits that we have without thinking. So today your challenge is to think about your habits and pick one or two in different areas of your life that maybe you want to break. If it's a bad one, like for me, oh, I forgot to tell you guys this. So to help myself stop eating sweets after meals, I got myself a pack of mint gum. And so after I finish eating, I've got it in my kitchen. I just chew on a piece of gum and that helps. Now, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes after the gum is gone, I will go get the sweet thing, but I am working on it and it's helping me, and I can even get some fruity gum if I want, but that stuff never tastes very good or lasts very long. But, the mint really helps. Or maybe you go brush your teeth after you finish your meal and that could help. So, if you guys have any tips or advice or habits that you're wanting to break, then go ahead and drop it in the comments. We'll come back through and maybe give you our best tips or advice or ideas that we can come up with. But thanks for doing this with me, Kayla. Like, especially like spur of the moment. I didn't even tell you what we were really talking about before, but I appreciate you. So thank you.
Yep. Thanks for
All right,
having me.
guys, make sure that you follow us both on our social medias and check the links in our bio. We've got different resources and help that we offer, and we will see you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.